This case is really special to us because it's just such a tragedy. I mean, this girl was 21 years old, thriving in life, had just started her salon. She was super proud of it, and her life changes in an instant.
I was on my way to work at my salon, maybe 5 minutes away from my parents' house. A vehicle came over into my lane and hit me pretty well head on. In a matter of moments, basically changed my whole life. I really struggled doing hair because my vision was really affected by the head injury. I would see black spots, or like I would look at something and it was like just not really what it was. It was very hard to do such a detailed service and not be able to have proper eyesight for it. It was very emotional. It was so hard not to cry the whole entire time because I was just so, honestly, I wasn't emotionally regulated like at all. And going back to work at that point, it was not a good look. I think I tried like two people maybe, and it didn't really work out.
So she had come in, she came in with her mom, she interviewed us. We encouraged her to talk to other law firms, go with whoever she was comfortable with. And I do believe that they met with two or three other law firms and decided to go with us, which was high praise, I think. I mean, she was comfortable. And that's a big thing. You know, in these cases, you have to go with who you're comfortable with working with, because it's a very intimate thing for 2 to 3 years as the case is ongoing.
I could honestly tell just sitting at the table that he was just a very honest, straightforward dude, and he was very, very sincere about the whole entire thing. Like a lot of people, they look at something like that, and you can tell they just start to see like money, and they're like, oh, well, we got to go to here and there and do all of this with these like fancy doctors. And Chirag was like, he just took the time and he actually listened and he cared about how I was feeling and like what I was going through. And he just seemed like a really good person that would help advocate in a way that I really like aligned with.
She would tell us about these debilitating migraines where she'd have to turn off every single thing and could just do nothing except be in her room and cry. It affected her relationships, her personal view of herself, and she's got this scar with, limited hair growth in the middle of her scalp. So it affected her self-esteem, her image, which is really important for a cosmetologist. But more importantly, it took her out of work.
Chirag hooked me up with my therapist, and if it wasn't for her, honestly, I don't know if I would be here at all. Like, I was in a really, really, really bad place, and I was having little to no success like managing it at all. The doctors were trying to give me medicine and my body wasn't agreeing with it, so it just kind of made everything worse. So the only little bit of help that I did get was from my therapist, and she's one of the best trauma therapists around. And Chirag pulled strings because she really wasn't taking any more clients, and Chirag told her my story and stuff, and she was like, yeah, I'll work with her. And thank God he did, because I still see her weekly and she has made the biggest difference in my life.
This case in particular does fall into the motto of fighting for the little guy, and that's because, on the other end, you got an insurance company that's not understanding how this injuries change this person's life, especially when the objective findings and the testing and the radiology is coming back to say there's no visible impairment. Right, and now you've got to document the case, build the case, and basically corner the insurance company into doing what they should do, which is tender all the available limits. In this case, there was a significant amount of insurance coverage that was available, fortunately, for our client, because oftentimes there's not enough insurance. But in those cases where there's a significant amount of insurance coverage, you're always fighting for the little guy, because the insurance company does not want to turn over and pay what they should be paying. So really, yeah, you're against the insurance company, who's a corporate giant and, just is interested in making a profit. And you've got to build the case, put the case in front of them, and advocate for the client, who in this case would be the little guy.
He honestly really protected my, I feel like, emotions throughout the way. I don't know if he even knew he was doing it, but there was just like little things where, like, honest to God, like, I can't even handle like the minor changes like in my life. Like, I'm still like healing in that aspect because it was just such a large amount of trauma and my brain really still like struggles. And so, like, if there was like, my case had a lot of hiccups apparently, and we kind of talked about them kind of like after the case settled, and thank God he didn't tell me, because I would have been like, oh my God, now it's like not even like, like worth it. Like, it would have been really bad. And I don't know if he just kind of knew. I don't know if it was like the lawyer instincts kicking in, or him just knowing that like as an individual I could not handle anymore. I don't think I could have picked a better lawyer.